Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining this live webinar, Study and Work with Galway Business School in Ireland. If you're interested in studying with Galway Business School in Ireland, this webinar is for you. My name is Hugo Bustamante, Recruitment Manager for Global Studies. Global Studies is an educational agency which helps you to apply to different destinations abroad. For example, the UK, USA, Ireland, Canada, Australia, Germany, France, Spain, Denmark, Lithuania, Holland, Ireland, Malta, Cyprus, and others. If you're interested in studying abroad, contact us. You have here our contact number and email address, and we will be happy to help you with all the application process. Well, today we will be I want to remember you something else. Don't forget to follow us in our social media. You can find us as Global Studies UK in Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can find us there, and you will be able to see the previous events we had, and you can know more about the next events we have and all the offers we have for you. So don't forget to follow us. And today we will be talking about Galway Business School that offers you undergraduate programs, short certificate courses, full-time and part-time courses, pathway programs, springboard courses. And our special guest is Cosmina Talos, Marketing Manager. Hi, Cosmina, how are you?
Hello, Hugo. Thank you very much for having me here tonight. Really excited and happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us today, Cosmina. And well, I want to talk a little bit about you. Cosmina has got involved in the study travel industry almost unintentionally when she traveled to Ireland as a student back in 2005. Willing to explore a new culture and experience the various sociocultural facets of studying and living abroad. This early experience has helped her relate to the ESL industry in enforceable ways and offer provisions for their diverse cohort of international students. After getting her bachelor's in drama studies, she went on to specializing in interactive multimedia and obtained her master's degree in 2011. She has been working with Galway Business School for the past 7 years and enjoys meeting partners and recruiting students from all over the world. As a result of the continuous efforts and passion for education and scholarship, their school has grown from a small school in a marginal industry to a large dynamic organization in a thriving and highly competitive global industry. This growth is reflected in the exponential number of students recruited annually, the culture and ethos of the organization. Cosmina.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction, Hugo. That's correct. We are passionate for the last 30 years. We have the language school and more than 20 years, the Galway Business School. So I have been part of the team for the last 7 years and traveling around the world and meeting partners, educational partners like yourself, but also students directly. And I must say, I traveled myself as a student maybe more than 15 years ago. So as you well stated at the beginning of the introduction, I do understand and relate to the concerns students might have when they choose a destination, a school, worrying about the quality of education, the quality of life, and many other worries that probably cross their mind before making the big step. And I guess we are here tonight just to address those questions and to give them an overview of our both schools, but mainly the business college and the life in Ireland. I guess Ireland is a small country, but famous all over the world. So more than happy to kick off and see if there are any students interested to join us here in Ireland. it's one of the friendliest countries that I have been living in. So
Yes, Cosmina. And I have here a video to share with our audience. Please, we go to it. Okay, Cosmina, and I know you have your presentation ready for us.
I do. I do. I will start now. Thank you for that.
It is ready.
Perfect. Thank you, Hugo.
Yes.
Thank you
And
everyone for
Cosmina, I want to
being
remember the audience that if they have questions, they can write them down. If they want, they can write them down their questions now, and after the presentation, we will be answering their questions. Please go on, Cosmina.
Thank you, Hugo. We are very welcome to tonight's session about Ireland and about Galway Business School and Galway Cultural Institute. It's Destination Ireland tonight and the educational programs that we have available for international students. Ireland is a small nation located on the westernmost tip of Europe. So Ireland has a big reputation and breathtaking landscape, fascinating, friendly people. One of the most friendliest people I've ever met myself as a student. Lyrical nature that is expressed through the warmth of their welcome. You can walk the streets of Galway and make friends just by simple conversation. Hello, how are you? Most of our students tell us how friendly Galwegians people are. Some of the key points that Ireland constantly is ranking highly are worth mentioning. These are the creativity of the nation, because Ireland is home to not only creative writers, but also independent thinkers, the pioneering industry and entrepreneurial nation of Irish people. It's an agile country that has the ability to change quickly. And mentioning friendliness, we cannot forget hospitality. Ireland took the #1 spot in 2019 and for another 3 years in the best destination in Europe for Travel Weekly, which is a leading weekly newspaper for American travel agents, beating off tough competition from Italy, France, Greece, Spain, or England. And Ireland won or was in the first 6 years in a row. So that's a huge accomplishment, telling you about the hospitality and friendliness of Ireland and Irish people in general. Now, why choose to study in Ireland? Well, Ireland's educational institutions offer internationally recognized qualifications, maintaining high standards, especially in a changed world like the one we are witnessing at the moment. Ireland's long-standing reputation for high-quality education is built on a solid foundation of commitment to excellence. Today, in Ireland, we have one of the best education systems in the world and internationally renowned reputation for academic quality. While Ireland has its own language and distinct cultural identity, like the Gaeltacht community, English is the universal spoken language here, And one of the reasons why so many multinational businesses and companies locate their European base here. It also makes Ireland a great choice for international students. English is now the global language of business. According to a recent article in the Harvard Business Review, more and more multinational companies, including Airbus, Fast Retailing, Nokia, Renault, Samsung, SAP, just to name a few, or Microsoft even, are establishing English as their common corporate language in order to facilitate communication across geographically diverse location and business functions. That's why you're invited to come and study in Ireland. And what's more, English is the language of choice of technology because an estimated 565 million people use English on the internet. Now, if we talk about Galway, where our Galway Business School is situated, it's on the west part of Ireland, and it's the starting point of what we called Wild Atlantic Way. So we are a small island. The Wild Atlantic Way is one of the longest defined coastal routes in the world, and you can see from the map on the screen, it just starts in the north of the country and goes all the way around to the south in a picturesque town of Kinsale. So it's more than 2,500 kilometers of spectacular coastline. Galway is approximately 2 hours and a half drive from Dublin City. The majority of international students would arrive in Dublin, which is the major airport in Ireland. We have other airports, about two of them situated an hour from Galway, but they serve mostly European destinations. So they are often used by our students to travel short city breaks, let's say to Paris, Spanish routes, or Germany, where Ryanair flights are quite easy to find and common. Galway. Why Galway? Galway is unique. It's a small size city, a medium probably size city, but has a really, really large student population. So there are a couple of main colleges with a combined student population of over 25,000 students. Galway, described in 3 words, we would say that is the friendliest city in the world, home of culture, and a tech spot. Because from its position on the Atlantic edge of Europe, Galway combines the energy of a young and diverse population with the authenticity of a place steeped in history and tradition. It's renowned as a safe, young, and student-friendly city. Galway is Ireland's fastest growing city, especially in the high-tech sector. You will see towards the end of the presentation of a list of companies and multinationals from starting, let's say, from USA-based to European-based headquarters. They have them here in Galway because there are loads of medical hubs that serve production for most than 99% of the supply around the world. Now, Galway becomes the perfect study destination because of the unique student experience it offers. As mentioned earlier about its friendliness, in 2019, Lonely Planet included Galway in its top 10 cities to visit because Bohemian Galway has a lively atmosphere and a vibrant culture, earning always top spots on the visitors and tourists' favorite destinations. Moving forward to talk about our school. we have a campus here that hosts two sister schools. We will start briefly with Galway Business School that offers you a full study pathway from language, such as English language courses, to foundation and degree programs. The students' record of excellence results are always a source of pride for our Galway Business School and for our lecturers. We have QQI accredited programs, which you'll find out later on. It's the main awarding body in Ireland that qualifies a higher institution for the standards of their educations. We have technology enhanced classroom and obviously expert staff and high level of support to our students. As mentioned at the beginning, Galway Business School was founded about 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. We started small with small programs, but then we validated our Bachelor of Business degree programs and have established a lot of MOUs and partnerships with famous and renowned institutions around Europe. Our schools are in a unique position to be able to offer undergraduate business programs to all of our international students. These business programs suit academic needs that fit into students' schedule, whatever this may be. We have a selection of both full and part-time programs. They are delivered during the day or during the evening. Accreditations obviously are very important, and Galway Business School is working in partnership with a number of validating bodies and offers a wide range of skilled-based degree programs that meet the needs of our learners. QQI stands for Quality Qualification Ireland. This is an independent state agency which is responsible for promoting education, quality, and accountability in educational training services in Ireland. So all universities in Ireland, whether they are private or state universities, would have their programs validated by QQI Ireland. You can see that logo. That means it's a standard of quality. Obviously, Education in Ireland is the national brand, and it's responsible for the promotion of Irish higher education institutions overseas. And then Marketing English in Ireland represents the language school. So all these validating bodies, we work closely with ourselves and our educational partners. Moving on to the main programs we have available for our international students. So we obviously recognize your ambition to have the best possible education, one that will set you apart on the road to a great career. So whether you're looking for a language course, a general undergraduate degree, or maybe a more specialist qualification, Ireland and Galway Business School has a solution for you that will not only deliver exceptional educational results, but will also set you apart maybe from other candidates when you enter the employment market or maybe in academia. You will be able to choose from two main business programs, one which is 3 years, Bachelor of Business, and one which is 4 years or a top-up degree if you have previous qualification, and this is Bachelor of Business with International Business. Our main semester programs for international students would include certificates at level 6 and level 7 in the Irish education system, and these are in business and entrepreneurship, sales and marketing, business communication, business data analysis. We also have human resource management and digital marketing. They have been launched recently and are in the process of being validated. Pathway programs for international students, we offer Foundation, which is for students that plan to study at university level from the beginning on an undergraduate program, and we have pre-masters, which is for international students that plan to study a master's degree or a postgraduate degree in an English-speaking country or in an English-taught university program. Now, I know many of you are wondering, like, what would be the admission requirements? And I just wanted to give you an example of how international students access our programs. So I know many of you might have, let's say, a degree back home, which would quantify the higher national diploma, let's say, equivalent in Ireland. So that would be a technical superior. If you have studied 2 or 3 years in your home country, you can choose to study at Galway Business School for the year 3 of our Bachelor of Business, and that would qualify you for a Bachelor of Business in an Irish education system. So at this point, with a level 7 degree, you choose to return home if you wish to continue your graduate study at a master's level or work, or you can continue to choose GBS for your top-up program, which is the Bachelor of Business with International Business. So different study pathways. If you have a degree already, let's say you have studied 4 years of a business degree, administration, management, we have at Galway Business School, it's what is called recognition of prior learning. So this would allow us to admit you, and you as a student, based on your academic record and on your work experience, to join the final year of Galway Business School, which is the Bachelor of Business, the top-up degree with international business. So if you study this program, a level 8 in Ireland, at the moment, you have 2 options. To continue to study at a master's level in Ireland, if you wish, but you also are given by the Irish government a stay-back option on your visa of 12 months. It's a 1-year visa to live and work in Ireland because you have just graduated from a level 8 honors degree. And obviously, the main option would be to join directly in year 3, which is for students that have no prior academic records whatsoever. So that's always an option, and it's available to all of our international students. What I have just explained are mostly the study pathway and the opportunities that you have based on an already existing academic background. Our lecturers team obviously is working hard to develop programs. So program development is always on our agenda. We are a small private college, but we are always looking to expand our portfolio of courses. And we have applied for further 2 programs. One of them has already been submitted, and you can see it, it's Bachelor of Business with Enterprise Management. So this will be available for students from September 2023 intake. We also have applied, as mentioned, for Human Resource Management as a certificate course or for digital marketing. So the course of portfolio is always growing and expanding. What can you expect as a student? Obviously, as a GBS student, you have the opportunity to attend visits to GBS partner companies. You can see our GBS students visiting Google headquarters during an industry workshop. Students will learn about the companies we visit, and get first-hand information about a profession and its career requirements through our company visit programs. We have employability workshops delivered by HR experts. We have career pathway, we have work placements on a request, and we have study abroad experience, which is a 1-week study abroad trip for our students of our Bachelor of Business Honors, the Level 8 program. We usually travel in semester 2 for 1 week abroad. We have been to Czech Republic a couple of times. Last year it was planned for Berlin, but unfortunately because of COVID we couldn't continue with the study. And the following year, next year in 2022, we have planned to visit Rome Business School in Italy. So the study abroad experience is part of the degree program, and it's linked to one of the modules students are studying in their final year. So it's not just a study visit, it's also linked to assignments and examinations, because you will visit companies, you will visit universities, but also your lecturer will accompany you and link all of this experience into your final examinations. Application process is quite straightforward. We usually have 2 intakes, one in September and one in February. English requirements, you might be wondering what's the English level requirement to join our programs. So for our Bachelor of Business, we would require the equivalent of IELTS 6.0. So that would be a B2 plus, a B2, a good B2 level for our English students. For the Pathway program, it's just slightly lower, IELTS 5.5, and same for the certificate programs. Now, there is a free English level test available on our website. It sits under the English test. You can take this if you want to test your English, even if you're not a student with us. And just to mention that you don't actually need to present the application process an IELTS certificate or a Cambridge certificate. So let that not stop you if you wish to apply to our programs, because our test was developed in such a way to make sure we test you at your actual English level, and it's backed up by an informal interview with the GBS admission team. So all this support we have in place for our students will make sure that you have the necessary English level to join our programs. If by any chance you might lack the level, you're more than welcome to join the language school ahead of the program. But also to mention that if you require support in English, you can have additional free classes provided by our sister school, Galway Cultural Institute. So we offer free English classes to our Galway Business School students if needed throughout the semester. Academic transcripts are another requirement of the application process, and obviously apply by the deadline, so we can review usually around 4 weeks prior to the start of the academic year. Now, what would you expect that a business degree would grant me? What can I do with a business degree? Well, as a graduate, you will be sought after by a wide range of employers, from multinational companies to small, medium-sized enterprises. A degree in international business prepares you for a global, culturally diverse career, with opportunities spanning across sectors and industries. And job roles open to graduates of Bachelor of Business degree programs include roles in multinational and small to medium-sized enterprises around the globe, in sectors such as marketing, business development, finance, HR, or IT. So there are many possibilities available to students of a Bachelor of Business degree. Not to mention that if you decide to continue on to a master degree, you can then specialize to a more specific and a more detailed, transferable a key role and develop your career further. Now, if we talk about the facilities that we have, you will see a summary here of the facility. We have our school, a building on 3 floors with 30 classrooms. We have a cafe on site, Wi-Fi and library with both online and physical resources. We have printing facilities, student space, smart screens. We are 5 minutes away from the beach, and you can actually see Atlantic Ocean from nearly all of our windows, or at least the ones that are facing the sea on that side. We have activity programs for our students, a social program, and weekly workshops that are themed based, as mentioned previously. The school has and is providing a multitude of student support facilities, and once you have booked your program or your course of study with us, you will receive all the necessary support through your stay with both the language school and the business school. And it can be from accommodation to medical insurance or visa support. The school offers accommodation. We help our students to apply for visa once they arrive here in Galway. We open with your, we assist you opening the bank account, setting up the appointment with immigration, tips about getting a job, or practical information on living in Ireland or even renting accommodation, and obviously student welfare workshops. On our website, you will be able to see a selection of student testimonials. You are more than happy to have a look under the student guide. This is a sample of a business student. Well, Lisiane is from Brazil. She actually joined our school as a language student, where she studied for a year, and then her English was excellent. She decided she wanted something else, not continue on in English, and that's when she moved into the Galway Business School degree programs. We have full story on Lisiane and videos. You can read it on our website. She's currently working as a business consultant for EY in Dublin. I'm sure you know EY. Is a very large corporation, mainly dealing with financial advising and insurance products. Lisiane is just one example. I think you'll be able to find a multitude of student testimonials, a part of our student experiences and alumni cases that you will be able to view. Many of you were probably wondering about the job opportunities that you would have in Galway. There are, especially at the moment, there are plenty and so many job opportunities available in Ireland in general, but of course in Galway as well. As part of the support the school offers to our students, especially long-term students on a work and study visa or on a business degree program, finding a job in Ireland, we support our students through a variety of channels. We have employability workshop with HR experts. We help them maybe build their cover letters, build their CV. There are free newspapers, free guidance to websites that host jobs application. We have career pathways, interview skills, masterclass. On our social media, we post and reshare any kind of job opportunities that our partners are tagging us. We also have employers that contact us for internship programs, for example, and not to mention volunteer opportunities. They are always a great way to start your engagement with the workforce here in Ireland. But I must say, students usually find a job within their first 4 to 8 weeks once they are here in Galway. And at the moment, unfortunately, the COVID crisis has exploded with the jobs available, especially in the hospitality industry, like restaurants. Galway, as mentioned at the beginning, thrives on hospitality. Tourism is one of the main feeders into the Irish economy, and Galway, I think, in a traditional year, would have more than 5 million visitors a year. So that means all these people are hosted in hotels, restaurants, bars, and this is an industry that requires a lot of workforce that at the moment is not available in Ireland. So if you are planning to come to Ireland, this is the right time because many employers are on the lookout for fresh talent. I mentioned earlier about the companies that are opening their European and uh, just world headquarters, not just European, in Galway. The Galway city is home to multinational companies that use Galway as a hub for establishing global networks. Because the world-renowned third-level institutions that we have, not only in Galway but across Ireland, provide a highly educated and energetic workforce. And this graduate infrastructure is just one of the many factors that has drawn technology giants such as Boston Scientific, HP Enterprise, or Medtronic to Galway City. Wayfair, they are a German retailer of online furniture. They also have their European headquarters here in Galway, and I believe they have close to 1,000 employees. Because so many people want to make a living in Galway, they bring huge amounts of energy and creativity to their working life, as evidenced by the inclusive innovation of this startup culture. Now, I would like to move on just shortly to our language school and mention it as a possibility for you, aside from the business school. Um, the accreditations that we have in the language school, obviously quality is at the center of GCI, which stands for Galway Cultural Institute, is at the heart of our language courses. We are members of YALC, which is the International Association of Language Centres. We are accredited by Equals and the Quality Qualification Ireland for English language training. And a summary of the courses that you are able to find under the English language programs. Your learner needs are obviously constant changing, and we continually develop sophisticated range of courses to meet those needs. For example, the academic year program, which is the work and study program preferred from students from Latin America, for example, they allow students this kind of program to study and work while you're here for the duration of the 25 weeks, 8 months in total if you include your holiday. You are allowed to work 20 hours during your study course and 40 hours, that means full time, during your holidays. I think our school brings energy and enthusiasm in responding to the new reality that is international education today, because our school remains committed to an ongoing evaluation of our course content in response to the constantly evolving world of international education, because our courses will always reflect typical real-world situation and work issues. I know learning a language offers a new perspective on the world and on life, and we are proud to be part of that experience. So whether you need a business course, whether you need English for work, study, travel, or just for your personal development, we here in Galway, our team, are looking forward to accompanying you on this learning journey and cultural experience of discovering Ireland and Galway city. I want to thank you very much for your attention. I hope you found the information useful. And as Hugo mentioned, we are more than happy to help with any questions.
Thank you, Cosmina. We have some questions, yes. For example, Cosmina, can international students apply for part-time courses?
International students can study part-time, yes, but they are not allowed to work. So they can study they have to be linked to a main program that is listed as full-time. So, for example, if you combine a full-time language course, then you can study part-time in the evening in the Galway Business School. So you can do that, but your main program as a visa student would have to be full-time.
Okay. And Cosmina, how much money international students need to show for maintenance and visa purposes?
On a language course, international students would have to show 3,000 euro in their bank account. And for higher education, it's pretty much the same because we're talking mainly about visa waiver students. So let's say we are now probably addressing Bolivia, the main country. This is a visa waiver country for Europe, for Ireland. That means students do not need a visa to come to Ireland. They have roughly 90 days to open or to go to immigration and apply for a visa here. So it means that they travel to Ireland with all the documentation from the school showing that they have paid for the course. Once they arrive here, they have 90 days to open their bank account and sort out their residence permit. They need 3,000 euro in their bank account that can be transferred into the account at a later stage, just before they go to immigration. The entire process lasts about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, Cosmina, thank you. And tell me, how are the fee payment options? Sorry. And are there any scholarships or early bird payments available?
Yes, we have scholarships. Usually we launch each intake, January and September, 10 scholarship for international students. So it means that they are heavily discounted. They will be the equivalent of EU fees. So typically for an international student for Galway Business School, you would be expecting a range of 8,500 for a degree program. So with the scholarship, you will avail of 5,000 euro. So it's reduced. That's 1 year studying the business degree. The rest is covered by the school.
Okay, Cosmina. And we have another question also. It says, how can I apply to the program? I mean, what I need to do to apply. Could you please repeat us the
Of course.
requisites?
No problem. It's a great question from Diego. The application process it's very simple and it's straightforward. If you can deal directly with the school through our partner, educational partner. All you need is, Diego, the application form. If you have studied anything before, those transcripts, it's just your diploma from the school that you have studied. Maybe it is high school, then that's what we need. Or if you studied a university in your home country, then we would need those transcripts translated in English would be obviously better. Application form, the transcript, a letter of intention, which is a 501 page of a document stating why you plan to study in Ireland. I want to study in Ireland because my dream is always to study abroad, and I think it's the only English-speaking country in Europe. It's just a simple letter stating your intention. And your CV, it's also important, especially if you have work experience. Okay? So we wouldn't require more than 5 if you consider, obviously, your passport, because it's part of the application process. So if you think there'll be 5 of them: application process, academic records, your letter of intention, your CV, and your ID, passport. With all of that, we can already issue a provisional acceptance letter and confirm which program would be the most suitable for you.
Okay. And Cosmina, in relation to the support that you were talking about in relation to the English level of the students applying for another program, could you please repeat a little bit about that? Are there available previous courses to support the students with to improve their English levels, or the English support you are giving to the students is during the main program classes?
So with all students that join Galway Business School for the first time, we offer free of charge 4 weeks of, we call it pre-sessional academic English. So this is included with every program, 4 weeks of online English courses. So we, with COVID, we decided to keep them online because that gives the opportunity for students to arrange their travel prior to the start of the academic year. So you would have included 3 to 4 weeks of academic English with any Galway Business School course. The level to join our programs would have to be a B2, so the equivalent of IELTS 6.0, because you're studying at an undergraduate level. So obviously, it's much more challenging than an English language course. So you have your level, you have 3 weeks of free English, that would be 15 hours. But after this time, if you still need support once the program has commenced in the business school, you will continue free of charge to join our English classes in the morning in the Galway Cultural Institute.
Thank you, Cosmina. That is important because we have here a question related to the tests you asked for English level. You were talking about, yes. The question says, I'd like to know more about the schedules of classes, please, and if you accept another exam because in Bolivia we don't have IELTS.
Yes, great. Thank you, Michael, for the question. So the schedule for Galway Business School classes commences at 1 midday. So you expect to have classes from Monday to Thursday from 1 to 5. Okay, so it's the typical full-time schedule for Galway Business School students. They don't have any classes on Friday, and they might have a workshop. It's included 1 or 2 Saturdays per semester. Okay? Regarding the language classes, they take part in the morning if you need them. You might not need them. But the English language classes take place from 9 in the morning until 12:30. Monday to Friday. This is a typical English language lesson. Now, regarding the level that Michael is mentioning, the level, it's the equivalent of IELTS 6.0. This IELTS is used in higher education as the main reference point, but you don't need to have an IELTS exam, Michael. You need the equivalent of an first certificate in English or the equivalent of B2, for example. So this would be a level of B2, B2 plus. It's quite common as an entry requirement. If you go on our website and take the English language test, it's absolutely free to go on either of our schools. The Galway Business School English test has 40 questions. It's a bit more difficult and challenging because it's a higher level. And the Galway Cultural Institute English test has 80 questions. So you can play with any of the tests if you wish and test your English, and you'll receive a confirmation of your level. At least it'll give you an idea what B2 means or IELTS equivalent 6.0. But please remember, Michael, you don't need the IELTS certificate. It's just, if you do a quick Google search and just type in IELTS 6.0, it'll give you the equivalent in so many different tests available at the moment, because there are many, many English tests and providers out there. But I think universities just mention IELTS because it would have been the main reference point for higher education.
Thank you, Cosmina. And Leo has another question. He says, how can I know where I will arrive in Ireland? Says.
Diego, I'm not sure exactly what you mean, but I guess if you are wondering how to arrive, the school obviously can provide you with all the information you need. So for example, if you travel from Bolivia, I'm not sure about the airline exactly, but your main arrival point would be Dublin Airport, because it would be the one most connected to international travel and long-haul flights. We, as a school, we can organize your transfer from Dublin Airport to Galway City, and from the coach station here in Galway City to your accommodation. So you don't have to worry that you don't know Galway City. We can have a representative from the school wait for you on arrivals hall here and take you to accommodation. We also send you all the documents in advance. So you will have a map, a route of where exactly the accommodation is situated, where our school is based, and so on. So I guess once you know the flight, that's the hardest part, okay? The rest, it's easy. We tell you how to get to Galway, and we'll help you find accommodation or even show you the school. Students usually arrive to us on a Monday, at the weekend, and Monday is always their first day. And then we give them further information about local bus transfer, bicycle hire, because Galway, I guess that's one of the advantages. It's a small city, small enough city that on a bicycle you can get anywhere. Well, in the self-contained area of the city center, because you yourself will not be living or abroad. Our school is about 10 minutes away from the city center, so it's very easy to get around and move around.
Thank you, Cosmina. That is important, that the students know all the support that you are giving them. Yes.
Absolutely, yes. We have it in plan and we have it in place, and all this information is stored on our student portal as well, which students have access to it once they enroll with us.
Cosmina, Michael was asking something else. He says, I'm interested in a program computer application. I'd like to know if in January there is an intake for that program, and in the website says that the price is from 450 15
Yes.
euros. I don't understand well the price,
So
please.
yes, what Michael is seeing is part-time program, but that would not be available for international students, I'm afraid, Michael. So you can, that is a 12-week program, a computer application, which is part of our Bachelor of Business. So you will study computer application in the main parent program. Unfortunately, for visa students, a short course would not grant you. It has to be longer than 25 weeks. And our Bachelor of Business, it's 2 semesters at 18 weeks each, so that makes it 36. So computer application that you have seen on our Galway Business School, it's as it is there, it's only for Irish or European students here in Galway because it's too short for a visa applicant. You will not meet the conditions for your visa on just that course alone.
Okay.
If
And
it makes sense, but ask away, Michael, if you need anything else.
okay. And Cosmina, they're asking if there is a Black Friday promotion, maybe, and if it would be available if the student wants to apply to January intake.
For
He will
January
be able.
intake, yes, actually we do, and I will share it with Hugo and the team after this webinar, and they will be able to email everyone. We do have a Black Friday offer. It is actually only for January 22 intake, and it applies to Bachelor of Business degree year, first year intake. So for students that want to start from the beginning, and I think it's massively reduced to the likes of 4,500, 4,200. I will share with Hugo. And it's available on two programs, Bachelor of Business Year 1 and the top-up program, Bachelor of Business, which is Year 4. So this is the top-up degree program. That means you need previous academic qualification to join the top-up level. So they are addressed to two different cohorts of students. Somebody that doesn't have any qualification, hasn't studied anything at university level, and somebody that already has a degree in a business field, like marketing, finance, administration, anything business related can be taken into consideration for advanced entry. And I will share the Black Friday offer, of course.
Thank you, Cosmina. And those are the questions that we had. Could you please remember the students' intakes you have available?
Yes, we have two intakes per year. Typically, our semester starts at the end of September. So you are looking around the 26th of September, 2022, and a January intake. For 2022, this would be 30th of January. So a semester in Galway Business School is always, well, typically in Ireland and across Europe, you have September to January and then February to May. Each semester finishes with exam session and exam assignments and so on. So if a student decides to come and study, they will study September to May, June, and you're free to work in July, August, and most of September. So 3 months you'll be basically having free time for full-time employment or travel or go back home.
That's important. That's important that our students know that they can have that option to have full-time work. Yes, when they are on
Yes,
vacation.
all international students, visa students would receive 52 weeks, so a full year. We have to remember that even though the course of study for a degree will be only 36 weeks, your actual permit to stay, it's always 52 weeks. So as opposed to, let's say, a language stay, you always get, as an undergraduate student, a full year visa. So September to September.
Okay. Well, thank you, Cosmina. Thank you for your participation today and for answering the questions we had. And to our audience, we want to remember you that Ireland has a lot of interesting options to offer you. Don't forget to contact us, and we will help you with all the application process to apply to study with Galway Business School, and we will be happy to help you. Thank you to our audience for being with us today, and thank you, Cosmina. Bye.
Thank you, Hugo. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.